So welcome to Silver Sneakers class. How's everybody doing? Thumbs up, we're good? Yeah, okay. All right, so we're gonna go through you guys know the routine, right? We have our towel for equipment. Everyone has their towel.
Yes.
We have our 2 cans of soup, right? Or our dumbbells, whichever you prefer. And then we have a roll of toilet paper or we have a ball, okay? And then I heard Tiffany on the headset, she was saying about making sure that you have water, right? Hydration is very important. We want to make sure that we're staying hydrated. Okay, we have a lot of people on the call today. That's so exciting. All right, so just like every other class, okay, we're going to start with our warm-up. We're going to continue through the workout. We're going to do some hand-eye coordination stuff, and then we're going to cool down, okay? While we're working out, if at any point you feel any lightheadedness, any pain, any discomfort, any exhaustion beyond normal exercise levels, right? You know your body, listen to it. Take a seat, and the moderators, Tiffany and Felix is in studio with me, Tiffany is in her office. They can communicate with me and let me know that you need help, or they'll check in just to make sure that you're okay. All right, take a break, get a sip of water, do what you need to do. Just relax. All right, and then just come back in whenever you're ready. All right, so we talked about the intensity levels. Now we're gonna talk about RPE. So everyone knows my handy dandy chart, right? We have the handy dandy chart. We have our scale of 1 to 10. I'll make sure I get it in the screen here. All right, so we know that we wanna be working at a light intensity down to an intense intensity, right? So this is how you feel, okay? There's no magic number for this. This is how you feel. So light intensity, you can tell you're exercising, but you feel good, down to intense, which is the workout is hard, but you can handle it, okay? So just keep that in mind while we go through the workout so you know when I give you a number, that's how I want you to feel, okay? All right. Now, you are muted. I cannot hear any of you. Okay, I can see you up on the wall here. We have you projected, but I cannot hear you. So whenever I ask how you're feeling, what do? Good or bad, right? So I get thumbs up if you're good. I get thumbs down if you're bad. If you give a thumbs down, the moderators, Felix and Tiffany, they'll check in on you. Give me 1 second. If you have a question, like I said, it can be technical, it can be about an exercise, you can go ahead and you can send that into Tiffany or Felix. All right? Everybody ready to move? Good, all right. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start in our seated position. We're gonna get a nice warm up in. So go ahead and sit in your seated position. All right, friends, let's get it done. All right, sitting in our strength position, nice and tall in our chair. Everyone can hear me? Everyone can hear music. Wonderful. All right, sitting up, reaching up overhead. Nice, good reach. Then down. Go up again. This time we're gonna lean to the side. Back to center, and now we're gonna go to the other side. Feeling a nice stretch in that elongated side of your body. Back to center, bring the arms down. Go up again. And lean, nice stretch. Engaging your core, right? We wanna make sure that we have an activated core. Back to center, and we're leaning. Back to center, let's bring those arms down. Now from here, we're gonna do some warm up for our shoulder. So we're sitting nice and tall in our strength position. We're bringing our arms forward, our shoulders are coming forward. And we're retracting them, pulling them and squeezing those shoulder blades. Bringing them back forward. And back, squeezing the shoulder blades. Forward, good. Still sitting in that nice strong position. From here, we're gonna take our head, we're gonna tilt it to the side, and we're gonna get a nice neck stretch. And like I say every time, and I'm gonna say it a million times until then, we wanna make sure we're stretching this nice and delicately. We wanna make sure that we don't damage the neck muscles. Back to the center, and we're gonna switch. You should feel a nice stretch in the neck, which is great for mornings. All right, we're gonna come back to the center. We're gonna go to neutral. We're gonna roll our shoulders forward and then quickly scroll them backward. So you're alternating. So forward, backward. Make it really dramatic, real big movement. Good. All right, from here, we're gonna put our hands out to the side, palms facing out. We're gonna bring it across the body, alternate, trying to keep the opposite hand still. Rotating our core. All right, from here, we're gonna take both our ankles and we are gonna roll them out. Planted feet. Rolling those ankles. All right, relax those, reaching up overhead, nice and tall, and lean. Back to center, arms down, and up. Opposite side. Back to center, and down. Let's bring those shoulders forward, and back, and forward, and back, good. One more. All right, let's do our neck stretch. Nice and easy to the side. Back to center, and now we're gonna switch. All right, let's roll. And then back, forward, and back. Good. All right, arms out to the side. We're gonna cross the body. All right, let's move our ankles. We're gonna go in now. So we went out the last time, now we're gonna go in. Good, reaching up overhead one last time. Nice deep breath, and out. And again, up. And down. Good job, good work. All righty. How's everybody feeling, good? Wonderful, okay, we got our seated warm-up going. Excuse me 1 second, I'm gonna clean my computer lens for a second. You're gonna see the paper go across. Is it clean? Does it look cleaner? There we go. All right. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch to our standing warm-up. So you can go ahead and take a stand. Make sure you have plenty of space to move around. So we wanna make sure you're not karate kicking your coffee table or anything like that. We wanna make sure you got plenty of space. And make sure that you also have your chair close to you. So we wanna be able to use that chair to our advantage. If you feel like you need it for extra stability or you need it for just for balance in between exercises, feel free to go ahead and grab a hold of that, okay? All right. All right, so we're gonna start in our strength position, nice and tall. We have our shoulders back, we have our core engaged, and we're gonna start with our march in place. All right, from here, we're gonna do a step cut. So we're going out to the side, and we're touching. Good. Nice and easy to start. We'll get a little bit more intense in a little bit. We're in our 4 to 5 range, right? So we were at light intensity. Now we're still getting in that warm-up phase. From here, we're gonna do a half jack. So from here, up. Good. Toe touching the ground, nice and light. We don't want you to slam your foot down, right? We don't want to upset our downstairs neighbors. Keeping some bend in the knee. All right, from here, what we're gonna do a high knee and out to the side. High knee, out to the side. Good, we should feel our hips staying nice and flat. All right, let's switch sides. So we're gonna go to the other side. So we have a high knee and tap. Good. And remember, you can hold that chair if you need to. All right, from here, strength position. We are gonna swing our hips in a circle like we're using a hula hoop. Good. All right, let's switch direction. All right, from here, we're gonna do heel tap 2 in the front and a tap in the back. So what that looks like, 1, 2, and back, 2. Good. All right, let's switch legs. Tap and back. We're trying to keep our balance on that stable leg, so make sure that you squeeze that quad, squeeze that thigh. All right, let's go back to march in place. We're gonna get our arms swinging. Good. All right, let's do some step touch. Out. Good. All right, let's go back to our half jack. Remember, heel goes out as far as you can get it where you're comfortable and stable. Trying to get as much range of motion. I see somebody doing this with a sling on. You're doing one arm, you're doing wonderful. All right, from here, high knee, touch to the side. High knee and out. Good. Go at your pace. Let's switch sides. Feel our hips nice and flat. All right, standing nice and tall. Our hip circles nice and big. Very dramatic movement. All right, let's switch sides, switch directions. Good. All right, let's do those taps. So we're gonna 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Contracting that opposite leg. Nice and stable, using the chair if you need it. All right, let's switch. Good. Whew. All right, march in place. Arms moving. Try to walk a little faster than you did last time. We're marching a little bit quicker. We're progressing through the whole workout, right? All right, step touch. Good. Wonderful, wonderful. Round of applause to you guys. You can go ahead and take a seat. We're gonna take our first drink break. All right, we wanna make sure we're staying hydrated. We like hydration. All right, everyone still feeling good? You feel warmed up? We got a nice upper body warm up done. Now we got our lower body warm up done. Your heart rate should be up. You should start to be sweating a little bit. All right. Who do we have here? I see Miss Gloria. Hello, it's nice to see you. We have Thomas and Helene. Nice to see you guys again. Thanks for coming back. I see Gladys, Ellen, Paul. Hello, Paul. Oh my goodness, there's so many people. Reza, hi, honey. Hi. Brenda, I see you. You guys are awesome. We have regulars on Zoom. This is great. All right, so we are going to go into our next section. We're going to stay in our seated position. We're going to start in our strength position. So we know nice and tall, shoulders back, feet about shoulder width apart, and we're going to work on our lower body for a little bit, okay? All right, when we do this, we're going to be in our 5 to 6 zone. So this is going to be starting to get a little bit harder, okay? We have our heart rate up, so we're ready to go. All right. Everyone can see me clearly? Because we have a nice clean screen now. All right, from here, we're gonna go an extension, abduction, up and out, keeping that hip nice and still. You can follow the beat of the music if you're trying to keep timing. Good. Remember, keeping our chest up to the ceiling, our core engaged. Let's switch legs, extension, and out. Good. Make sure we're breathing, right? We'll make sure we take a nice deep breath, and we're making sure we're consistently breathing. All right, from here, we're gonna take our extension with the opposite leg. We are actually gonna rotate our foot just like this, like you're waving. We're using the hip and we're letting it rotate. Good. This should be burning now. This should start to feel like it's getting tough. If you need to take a break, you can put that leg down. We're gonna switch. Here we go. Leg goes out and we're rotating. Anybody burning yet? Their leg burning? I got some hands, okay. All right, from here, we're gonna do a seated march. Good. Again, we are not trying to wake up our downstairs neighbors. We're not trying to upset them, so we want nice and light feet. All right, from here, we're gonna do our seated crunch. We have our hands up by our temples. We're crunching forward, and then we're coming back nice and tall. So we're engaging our abdominals, and then we're bringing it right back. Good. Do another round of those. Good. All right, let's go back to our leg extensions. We're gonna go out and out to the side. Remember to really open that hip up as much as you can. Not to the point that you're in pain. We just want to make sure that we're getting a good flexion on the outside. All right, now let's take that leg out and let's do our wave, our rotation at the hip. So our hip should be doing the moving, right? If having it up is too much, if you want to bring it down a little bit lower, you can also do that as well. All right, let's go to the next one. So we're going to do our extension, abduction, good. All right, let's keep this out and let's swing, do our wave. All right, nice and tall. Let's do our march. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add an element. So now I want you to reach overhead. We're crossing the body. Keeping the hands up by the shoulders. Good. Do another round of that. Good. Trying to keep moving. Remember, you can take a break if you need to. All right, let's do our crunch. Really engaging the core, pulling that belly button back to the spine. Let's do our march in place again. Get our march going. All right, let's add that cross body. Still engaging our core. Good. Awesome. Okay, from here, we're gonna do an extension, abduction. Now we're gonna switch. And out, so now we're alternating. Extension, and out, and switch. Good, let's do another round of that. Good. Good, good, good. Nice and tall. We're engaging our core. Good. All right, my friends, wonderful job. What we're gonna do is we're gonna switch. How's everybody feeling? Did anybody get burned when you did like the rotation thing? Did you get burned in your leg? Yeah? Oh, that's more hands than I thought. Okay. Yeah, that's a tough one. Having been able to rotate in a seated position, having your hip rotate, and then your leg is extended, so you're activating your core that entire time. So that's, or I'm sorry, not your core, your quad, your thigh muscles. So that's a lot. That's really good for leg strength. All right, friends, now we are gonna move on to the next one. And we are actually gonna use our towel and we are gonna be in our standing position, okay? So I'm gonna give you guys a second to get settled, get your towel. All righty. Everybody doing okay? Got our towel. I see some people have bands. Very nice. I can see Dorothy. Dorothy, I see your whole body. That's awesome. You got that set up perfectly. All right. I can see Diane's whole body too. Wow. You guys are getting good with this. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into that next section. Standing in our nice and strength position, right? Nice and tall. All right, so we are gonna start, I'm gonna try to make sure you can see my whole body. All right, so we're gonna start up by the shoulders, feet about shoulder width apart. We're gonna do a squat, overhead press. Squat and press. Keep that up. Keep going. Good. All right, from here, we're gonna go side and pull. Step touch with the, yep, perfect. And we're pulling with that opposite arm, right? We're pulling away. All right, from here, we're gonna do a forward lunge. So we're stepping forward and press and back. Good, now if you're ready, you can pick up the pace a little bit. All right, from here, in our strength position, we're gonna do a forward raise overhead, bring it down to the chest, and return it back to by the thigh, and up, and down. Good. Strength position, we're engaging our core, right? Bringing that belly button back to the spine. I'm gonna say it a million times. All right, from here, we have it extended out in front. Turn, 2, 3, we're pulsing. Good. Turning at the core muscles, not at the hips. All right, from here, we are going to row, bring it up close to the body, and press. Back down in front, close to the body, and up. Good, we're keeping tension on that towel, so we don't want any slack in that towel. All right, from here, let's go back to our squat and press. No slack in our towel, right? We don't want it being bent like this. We want nice pulled tension. All right, let's do our step touch. And now add our arms. All right, stepping forward. Here we go. And lunge and press. All right, here we go. And up and down. Linda, I see you're doing a wonderful job. Helen, I see you. Good. We'll make sure we're keeping our shoulders back. All right, we're gonna do our rotation now. So here, 1, 2, 3, back to center. All right, here we're gonna do our row. So bring it nice and close to our body, pressing overhead. Good, nice fluid movement, right? We wanna make sure it's nice and fluid. We're not doing choppy movements. All right, we're gonna do our squat and press. Okay, so up by the shoulders, engaging our core. Go with the pace that best fits you. Knees behind the toes like you're sitting back in a chair. All right, let's start our step touch. Let's add the arms. Pulling really hard with that opposite arm. Arms should be burning by now. Good, let's do our forward press. Good. Go ahead, you can put your towel down. Beautifully done. We are going to take our next water break, so you can go ahead and take a seat and grab your water. All right, how is everybody feeling? Good? Anybody sweating yet? Yeah, that's what I like to see. All right, make sure you get some water. All right, so the next section that we're gonna do, we're actually gonna be using our cans of soup or our dumbbells. So you can go ahead and grab those. I still have my handy dandy tomato soup. Anybody else have tomato? No? Just me? Okay. Oh, somebody raise their hand, all right. Okay, so we're gonna go to the next section. It's gonna be standing. Okay, so we're gonna stay in that standing position. All righty. For those of you who were here last week, this is gonna look a little familiar. Since we have some progression here, we're gonna do this one more week and then we'll switch it up next week. From here, palms facing backwards. We're doing our pull, squeezing our shoulder blades. Good, when we put our hands down at the bottom, they are facing behind us. And then as we pull them back, we're actually gonna face them in so that way they're facing each other. Good. We want some bend in our knees, right? Hips are hinged back, tight belly. All right, from here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna be in our still bent position, elbows nice and tight to our sides, and we are gonna kick back. Keeping our shoulders nice and still. We don't want our shoulders doing any work. Good. All right, from here, nice and tall in our strength position. We're gonna do a milk pour. So we're rotating the shoulder. Nice big movement, right? We want it nice and big. Really activate our shoulder muscles. All right, from here, we're gonna do some punches. So we have our hands close to our shoulders, our knees are bent, and we're gonna punch across the body while we rotate. Good, keeping your feet on the ground. You can come up on your toe, but I don't want you to pick your foot up, right? We're gonna keep it down on the ground. Good, now we're gonna switch to uppercut. So we're gonna start in that exact same starting position, and we're just gonna bend our knees and uppercut through. While you're doing this, flex your bicep. Let's see your bicep, flex it. Good. Keeping those legs moving. We wanna make sure we're still bending the knees. All right, from here, what we're gonna do, keeping your hands up by your shoulders, we're gonna squat pulse twice, stand up, punch, punch. Squat, punch, punch, good. Sticking our butt back like we're gonna sit in a chair. All right, let's go back to our bent over row. Pulling it back. All right, elbows nice and close to our sides. Kicking back. If this is a little bit too easy, what I'd like you to do is bend forward a little bit more, and you're gonna try kick straight with the floor. Good, a straight line is gonna make a huge difference on this. All right, nice and tall in our strength position. We're gonna do our milk course. Now, if you need to pick the speed up on this, you are more than welcome to. Remember, this is your workout. I'm just your guide. So if you need to pick up this pace, if you need to slow it down, you do that. All right, let's bring our hands up. Now we're gonna do our crossover. Remember, we have a rotation in the hip, but we have our foot down. All right, from here, bent knees and uppercut. Flexing that bicep. Good, you can go ahead and put those down. Wonderful job, as always. All righty, so we are gonna move on to the next one. And for this, we are gonna use our chair. So we're gonna have our chair ready. All right, so the reason I say we're gonna use a chair for this exercise set is a lower body movement that's gonna be a mixture of strength training and a little bit of coordination, right? So we wanna make sure that whenever you are doing stuff like this, that you have the ability to grab your chair if you need to, okay? We don't want anybody tripping, we don't want anybody losing their balance. Okay, so we're gonna be in our standing position, we're gonna be near our chair. Let everybody get in their standing and get settled. Okay. Alrighty. So we have our chair. We are standing behind it. We are facing it. We have our hips flat to it, which means I don't want you to be opened up, right? I want you to be nice and flat to the chair. 2 hands on the back. Light bend in the knee. And from here, we are gonna kick back behind us, right? So we're gonna do what's called a hip extension. We're bringing our hip back. The leg that is planted, you guys keep moving. The leg that is planted, I want you to hold it nice and tight. I want you to make sure that it is keeping you nice and stable. Squeezing your butt when you get to the top. All right, we're gonna switch legs. So we're gonna go ahead and switch sides. If you're doing this exercise and you feel like keeping your legs straight is a little too difficult, feel free, you can bend your knee. Okay. Good. All right, from here, we're gonna stand in our strength position. We're gonna roll our ankles, bring in a nice movement in our ankles. Having nice, strong ankles is really important, especially when you're walking on sidewalks. All right, we're gonna switch sides. And right now we're rolling out. Good. All right, for our next exercise, we have our hands on it. One foot's gonna go back and touch. Our opposite hand is actually gonna come forward, okay? We'll come back to the center, and then we switch. So the other leg goes out, and then the opposite arm. So we're gonna rotate that. We're gonna do back and forth and alternate. This is called a bird dog. Good. Now, while we're doing this, we wanna make sure that we are engaging our core, right? So we're bringing our belly button nice and tight back to our belly, or back to our spine. Try to elongate your spine as long as you can. All right, from here, we're gonna do our calf raises. We're just gonna do singles, so you're gonna go up and down. Keeping our shoulders back and our chest nice and proud to the ceiling. Good. Your feet should be about shoulder width apart. So if you feel like your feet are a little bit too wide, you can bring them in. All right, from here, we're gonna do a reverse lunge. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna hold on to the chair. You're gonna step back. We're gonna keep the knee behind the toes in the front, and we're gonna alternate. Good, using that chair for support. Pressing through that bent knee, right? So we're pushing ourselves up, using that bent knee. We don't want to drag the hip, right? We want to make sure that we're pressing nice and controlled. All right, from here, nice and tall, holding on to the back, we're going to do our hip extensions or our donkey kicks. We're kicking back. Remember, we have bend in this knee. We're really contracting this quad that we have our planted foot down, and it's being the one that is helping our balance. All right, let's switch sides. All right, nice and tall. Let's roll our ankles in this time. So we went out last time, we're gonna roll in. All right, let's switch. Still rolling in. Nice and tall, shoulders back. All right, let's do our bird dog. So opposite hand, opposite foot. Nice long spine. You should feel like you're 6 inches taller when you do this exercise. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, you can go ahead and take a seat. We're gonna take our last drink break. All right, how's everybody feeling? Feeling good? Let me see who else I have on here. There's so many people. Oh my goodness. Libomira, hello, dear. Hi. Let me see. Anna. Hello, Anna. Let's see who else I see. There's Miss Maria. Hello. I didn't see you sneak in. Hi, hon. Oh my goodness. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to our wonderful hand-eye coordination segment. So you can go ahead and grab your ball or your toilet paper roll. Okay, so when we talk about our hand-eye coordination section, we start off nice and easy, right? So we start off when we throw it. We don't throw it up quite to like the ceiling yet, right? We don't want that yet. We're gonna throw it nice and easy, and then we'll warm into throwing it a little higher and catching it and challenging ourselves. So make sure you're not like hitting the ceiling and then, you know, we're not trying to upset our downstairs neighbors by stomping, and we're not trying to upset our upstairs neighbors by throwing stuff at their floor, okay? All right, so we are gonna go ahead and we're gonna get started. We are in our strength position, in our seated position, right? So we're nice and tall, feet shoulder width apart. We got our hips nice and pressed to the chair. When I say we're gonna start in starting position with the ball or with the toilet paper roll, that means flat on the outsides with our palms, right? Holding it like this, okay? So this is our starting position with the toilet paper roll, okay? So we'll go ahead and get started. And this is my favorite song. I grew up with the song. I love this song. So you guys get to suffer listening to it because I like it. Like my mom had a record of this song in my grandma's basement. All right, so we have 2 hands. We're in our starting position. We're in our strength seated position, nice and tall. We're gonna hold on, we're gonna throw up 2 hands and catch. Remember, starting off nice and easy. Good. From here, we're gonna take 1 hand. We're gonna throw it into the opposite hand. All right, from here, 1 hand. Throw it up and catch. Remember, nice and easy to get started. All right, we're gonna switch. All right, from here, we're gonna go with the flat side, down on the palms, okay? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna toss it up and catch it. So palm side down, right? Up and catch. Good. All right, let's go ahead and switch. We have the flat side down and catch. Last week we had the rounded side down on the back of our palms, so we're switching it up this week. All right, from here, we're gonna do our figure 8. So we're going through the legs. Now, going through the legs is a little too difficult. If you feel a little uncomfortable reaching forward, you can also do it out in front of you. Okay, it does not have to be through the legs. Good. All right, so now we're gonna be in our start position with our toilet paper roll, and we're gonna do our spinning. We're spinning forward now, right, with our fingertips. We're using our fingertips. And now we're gonna go reverse. So we're gonna pull it back. We're gonna go backwards. Good, using the fingertips. Good. All right, 2 hands, throw it up in the air and down. You can throw it up a little bit higher this time. All right, let's do 1 hand right into the other. All right, flat side down and flip. All right, let's switch hands, flat side down. All right, let's do our figure 8. Now when we do our figure 8, I don't want you to look. I don't want you to look at your hands. I want you to try to go a little bit faster. So we're looking up. We're not looking at our hands. Good. Good work. You guys are fast. Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna spin. We're spinning forward. Good. And now we're gonna go backwards. All right, good work, my friends. You can put that down to your side. All right. Does anyone feel like they're getting better at that as we do it through the weeks? Yeah. I see a lot less people. A lot less people accidentally dropping it. Right. I don't see like it fall and then the person run after it. So you guys are getting so much better. You guys are doing great. All right. So now we're going to do. We're going to go into our cool down. Okay. So we are going to stay in our seated position. I see Jeannie and her friend are on there. Hello. I didn't say hello to you yet. What's everybody doing? This is great. All right. So in our seated position, I thought we'd finish on a wonderful Joan Jett. I love rock and roll. All right, so nice and tall in our seated position, our strength position. Remember the goal of this, we're trying to bring our heart rate down. We're trying to make sure we have nice breathing, right? We're trying to recover for our day. So while we're doing this, make sure you do not hold your breath. That's very important. We're gonna reach up overhead. Back down. We're gonna go back up again. Back down. All right, from here, we're gonna rotate to the side. So keeping our hips nice and straight, we're gonna rotate our core. And we're gonna stretch a little bit of our back. Bring it back to center. We're gonna switch. Using the chair for support. All right, from here, we're gonna do a nice big arm hug, right? We're trying to reach behind our shoulders, but if you cannot get that far, your arms are also plenty fine. All right, from here, we're gonna do our cat-cow. So we're extending back and then bringing ourselves forward, making sure that we're breathing while we do this. Try to roll each spinal bone. Each vertebrae is gonna roll on its own, right? One at a time. All right, from here, we're gonna take one foot out. We're gonna put our heel on the ground. We're sitting nice and tall. We're gonna hinge at our hips. So we're keeping our back straight. We're gonna hinge at our hips. Chest is still up. And we're gonna reach towards our toes. I don't wanna see this. None of that. Keep your head up. All right, let's bring that leg back. Now we're gonna switch and reach. All right, bring it back. Right now we're gonna lock our hands. We're gonna lock our fingers. We're gonna lace them together. And we're gonna roll our wrists. Good. All right, from here, we're gonna reach straight up overhead with one arm. We're gonna bend at our elbow, and we're gonna try and touch between our shoulder blades, right? As close to as you can get it, right? Keeping our elbow nice and close to our temple. Go ahead and bring that arm down. We're gonna switch. Straight up overhead. Bending back like we're trying to pat ourselves on the back. And now followed by a wonderful round of applause because you guys did an amazing job.